Hey guys, sitting here at my dining room table. I'll wait for a few to jump on. Right here at my computer. I'm going to go over with you some things today to let you know, or to have you get a glimpse of what my journey has been for the last 7 years. Richard, what are you doing on this thing, Rich? Get back to work. Get back to work, Rich. I'm sure you've got some sort of job to complete today. It's only noon. Hey, Larry. I'm gonna let you guys. I've never done a live like this before, where I actually explain what I did to get to where I'm at, and what my first 5 out of 7 years were like when I started my journey to a retirement, or actually early retirement. Hey, Brian. In 2012. And I'm going to explain to you what early retirement means, what that all means. You can see I got my shirt here. I got this at my company event recently. One, because I'm semi-retired, and two, because my last name is Young, and I just thought it was appropriate. So when I wear this out in public, a lot of heads turn. Some people ask me what I did or how I did, and some people snicker at me. I've had a couple people snicker when they look at my shirt because they don't think that it's possible, or they don't know anybody who retired or semi-retired early. So I'm giving another minute, have a few jump on, then I'm gonna start explaining what I've done, what I did, and what I'm doing today. Right now it's Tuesday, July 9th, 2019, 12 o'clock noon. Right now the family's in Florida visiting different beaches. The wife and my 2 girls are there. They went down there with their brother and cousin for about a week and a half visiting Florida, hitting some different beaches. All right, I'm going to get started. Here. And I want to take you. I want to take you a little bit through my journey. I don't know how long this video is, but hopefully it'll stick with me to the end, and hopefully something that I say today will resonate with you and make you think a little bit differently as to life and your job, and just the way things can play out if you just make a couple extra different turns in the road when everybody's going to the left and you go to the right. You know how different life can be. So I'm going to take you back to 2009 when the economy crashed with construction and we went into a recession. Now, many of you know that I have been in my family's business, Bethlehem Gallery of Floors. Hey John, for last month, June, is 30 years. 30 years in my family's business. Our business has been around for 74 years, since 1945. We are the predominant flooring company in the Lehigh Valley. Now, with that being said, when I started in 1989, I thought I was going to be there until retirement at age 65. Okay, 2008, 2009 hits, recession hits, construction industry crashes, housing crashes, and at that time, we had to, as a company, because we were losing revenue, we had to take pay cuts to avoid firing anybody to make up for lost revenue. Okay, so nobody lost their job, thankfully. But I'll tell you that there were a few flooring companies in our area that ended up closing up shop because they were with new home builders, and when the new home builders went bankrupt, those flooring companies didn't get their money. And some companies were into those builders for $100,000 for 3-4 houses worth of work, and we never did that. So that kind of put a little thought in my brain saying, oh my God, even though it's our family's business and it's very successful and it's been around for many years, it could all be gone tomorrow. So I started looking for other ways to earn income that would not interfere with my job in the family business. So that was 2008, 2009. I started keeping an open mind. 2012 hits, and I had a friend of mine introduce me to the network marketing industry. Yes, I said network marketing industry. Now, for years beforehand, I have had a lot of people show me network marketing companies. Herbalife, Market America, which owns Shop.com. I even had a Mary Kay consultant, a gentleman who was a client of mine, try to get me to sell Mary Kay. I don't think I can pull that one off. So they all showed me their presentations, and over those 2-ish, 3 years, I was open-minded. I was looking at them, but I told every single one of them I was not interested in that because hey Joshua, hey Dylan, hey Brian, because I sold something during the day to earn an income. I didn't want to have to sell something at night to earn another dollar. Okay. Now some people like that. That's not for me. Okay, that's not for me. With Market America, they own Shop.com. You've got to continually keep giving out your referral link so people buy things from Shop.com through your link, so you make a commission. And I thought to myself, I don't want to have to call up my neighbor every month and say, hey, go to my link and buy more toilet paper. That's just not for me. It's just not for me. So, but during this time, before I found who I'm with today, 7 years later, I was doing social media work. Okay, I had a business on the side that was called Social Media on Fire, and what I did was I created images and graphics for people's social media content. Actually, John Elogio, that's how I met him, because he was big into fitness at that time, and I created the graphics for his Facebook page back in 2011, something like that. That's how we met, John. Yes, you don't remember that, but you've known me since I got into Stream. And I don't know how we became friends online, but that was the very first time, and that's how we met. Now that's going back over 7 years ago. So yes, we've been friends that long. And I was doing social media campaigns for people, and I'm thinking, this is awesome. So how do I create like a membership or something that's going to create residual income for me? So what I did was I started creating campaigns, and I would have companies. I had 4 companies at that time pay me $249 a month, every month, to do their social media work for them, post on their behalf, and everything. And it was great because I could have all my work done on a Sunday evening that would already have my posts scheduled out for the next 30 days for that whole month through software called Hootsuite. And it would work. And it would, I'd work all day Sunday. I'd end up, charging the 4 people $249. I made $1,000 in a day, and it was set for the next month to go. Perfect. So 2012 comes along, and I have a friend of mine who is a self-made ma'am. Hey, Lori. Call me up and say, listen, I know you're looking for some ways to make some extra money. I've got something for you. And I'm like, okay. So, and again, I'm keeping that open mind. So I go with him to a meeting that was the next day or the day after. And I see that it had to do with energy deregulation. And I didn't know a whole lot about it, but I've heard of it before. And Pennsylvania deregulated a couple years prior to that, along with a bunch of other states. Right now, I think roughly only 30-ish to 35 states are fully deregulated with electric. So he said, what do you think of this? And I looked at it, and you know what I did, keeping an open mind, because I've always had that stigma about network marketing, that it was a scam. But my father, who is a self-made multimillionaire, said, it's not a scam. Network marketing is not a scam. If you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. And that night, I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning looking for a reason not to get involved in the network marketing industry. Looking for a reason not to get involved with the company Stream that I was being introduced to. And I couldn't find one. I mean, of course, I found the negative stuff where it says, negative this, negative that. But I've learned after being in many years in business and watching my family's business grow and prosper, I know not to look heavily on the negative stuff. So I was up until 4 in the morning. I couldn't find a reason not to do it. I really couldn't. I went to bed at 4. I woke up at 10. And I became a Stream associate. That was March 23rd, 2012. We're now in 2019. It's over 7 years later. So, the reason I got involved was because it's electric. I mean, now there's other services, but there are services, there's services, there's no products, okay? There's nothing to buy. I don't have to purchase a starter kit. Okay, there is no starter kit, all right? The only overhead that I have for the last 7 years has been $25 a month for my website. And the website runs the whole entire business for $25 a month. You know how much money we spend a month for our family business, for employees and everything? You're talking 50, 60, some months, $70,000, $80,000. And here I'm looking at a business where I can change my income for $25 a month. Really? If you can't afford $25 a month to create something, to build a business, then this is not for you. I'll be honest with you, this is not for you. So I see Lori is on here, Lori Peters. Lori Peters and I went to school together. Lori Peters was my I believe she was my very first electric customer back in 2012. She's been with me for 7 years. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. It's our friendship and her trust in me that she's still my customer 7 years later. She's my very first. My mom and dad were my second. So Lori was my first. So I thank you for that, Lori. And it's been a crazy ride since then. Here's what I did. Back in 2012, when I was working full-time, I went and I worked my butt off. And I worked hard for the first couple months, then I slacked. And for 2 years, I treated the business like a hobby. Okay? And I got paid like a hobby. It took me 11 months to reach the top 15% of the company. And at my 2-year mark is when I hit the top 3% of my company. Okay? Hey, Dylan. And so that was 2014. Okay? That was 2014. So 2014, I hit the top 3% of Stream. I become a senior director. And that's when I started to build that part of my business. That's when the residual income started to rise and started to hit. Okay, because every time, and also shortly after that, cell phone service was thrown into the mix, which is available in all 50 states. So back at that time, I started building customer base. I started creating a team. I started working it, and at year 5 is when my residual, not my bonuses, but my residual matched my weekly income at my job. Okay? So what I was making at my job, when I started getting my monthly residual check, that check matched what I earned before taxes in a week at my job at the family business. And when that happened, I thought, wow, this is awesome. I got to keep working this. So what did I do? So now that my income, my residual income for 1 month matched 1 week of my weekly salary, what I did was I took a day of the week. I didn't work on Wednesdays at the store anymore in their family business. So I went down to working 4 days a week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are the days of the week that I worked. Okay, what would I do on that Wednesday? I had off every Wednesday, so there's 4 Wednesdays in a month, so that was almost a week of not working at a job. I would work my stream business. I would gather customers. I would help my team. And about 2000, let me think. Last year, early 2018 or mid 2018, somewhere in the first 6 months of last year, my residual income hit 2 weeks of my salary. Because I didn't get paid hourly at the film business, I get paid a salary. So my residual income before bonuses, before all that stuff, matched 2 weeks of my weekly income. So what did I do there? I took another day back for myself. So since 2017, almost September is going to be 2 years. In a couple months in September, it's going to be 2 years. I'm only working with the family business 3 days a week. So part-time. I'm semi-retired now. What do I do on those 2 days, on the Tuesdays and Wednesdays that I don't work in the family business? I do work for myself. I help my team grow. I help more people save money. I start having fun. 2 weeks ago, because it's summertime, the family and I went to Sesame Place for the day. And you know what? Being at Sesame Place on a Tuesday, because everybody's at work, it was not crowded. It was awesome. It was awesome. So that's what I've been doing. Right now it's Tuesday, about 12:20. I'm at home. I've got my normal things to do today. I do have my DMO, my death of melee operation of what I like to do. This morning I went out, got my hair cut, did some food shopping, doing this live, and then I'm going to do some work afterwards. So, but here's the thing, the more work I do on the days I don't work in the family business, obviously the more residual income I create. But if I want to take a day off or just not do anything or not even get out of bed, I still make money. And that's the point. That's what residual income does for you. Since then, actually going back 3 years ago, I came across something about selling on Amazon, and Amazon retail arbitrage, where you buy something at a store, sell it on Amazon and create a profit. So now I was doing that for my first 2 years and enjoying that. At one point I had 1,000 items sitting in Amazon warehouses throughout the United States. Now, some people call that passive income or residual income. To me, I don't look at that as residual income, because you have to keep going out and buying more things and shipping them into Amazon, putting into work, and when it sells, then you get paid. Okay, to me that's just like having a job. All right, so I started creating other ways through Amazon to actually create residual income. All right. One of them is I started writing books and creating books. Okay, I've got 100 books published on Amazon that I did. I created once, published it, put it on Amazon. It'll sit there forever, and when a book sells, Amazon sends me a check every month in the beginning of the month for what they call royalties. So when the books sell, I get my royalties, or what I call residual income. Okay, I wrote one book that's doing well. It's called Network Marketing Objections Suck. It's on Amazon. It's been there for maybe like a year, and it's doing well. I've created 3 coloring books, of all things. I published 3 coloring books that came to me because of ideas from my own kids. My 14-year-old girl likes to play chess. My 4-year-old likes to color. So what did I do? I created a coloring book that teaches kids how to play chess through coloring. They're coloring the rook and the knight and the queen and the king, and they're learning about chess as they color the different things with the game. And that's taken off. People are buying it on Amazon. I now have sales of that in the UK, which is awesome. I've created a boatload of stationery books that are just lined books. They're called no content books with different graphics and stuff that I've done. You know what my best-selling one is for some crazy reason? And this is another one that sells a lot in the UK. It's a picture of a safari with a air balloon in the background and a elephant more towards the front of the book cover, and it's like a safari background. That book sells very well for me every month in the UK. I have no idea how. Hey Bill, Tracy, Raphael, hey buddy. So that creates residual income. And then something else I started to do is with Amazon again, I got approved to sell t-shirts. So I designed, right now I have 240-ish designs on Amazon for t-shirts that sell. Didn't cost me anything to do that, didn't cost me anything for the books. Okay, no money out of pocket. This is just learning how to get creative and keep an open mind to what's out there. And I have over like 240-ish, 250 designs on Amazon right now for different t-shirts, sweatshirts, baseball type shirts, all that kind of stuff. My designs that when somebody buys one of the designs or buys one of the shirts, Amazon prints it and ships it to the customer. I put out no money at all. Hey Mary Jane, I put out no money at all. And every month I get a royalty check, or what I call my residual, from Amazon for the t-shirts. Okay, I'm going to show you something here that I have on my computer. I'm going to turn my camera around and show you something that I'm doing that I have not launched yet. It's going to be launching soon, probably in the month of July. It's an e-commerce store that I am building myself, and it's going to lead to more sales on Amazon, which is going to build my residual income. Okay, it's a specific niche. Hey Raphael, it's a specific niche t-shirt e-commerce site that I'm going to drive traffic to. I'm going to turn my camera on and I'll show you here what this is. This is pretty cool. It's called the MLM Shop. It's going to be at the MLMshop.com. Okay. There's the book that I created, and here's a bunch of t-shirts that I have designed. Some of them are inspirations from things that I've seen, like this one right here. I've got others here that I have designed, and these shirts right here. And that's it for, yep, that's all I have for now. So this website, you know what happens when you click on this website? Instead of going to 5 other million pages where you have to check out and do all the stuff like you do with Shopify and pay all the fees. Here's what I've done. Let's say that you go to the website and you click on I make money while I sleep. You click on that one there and see where it goes. It goes to Amazon. This is where my stuff sits on Amazon, and you can see I've got different styles, and I'm just showing you this as an example to get your mind thinking. Same design, bunch of different styles. So anybody can go on there. Let's click on here. I'll click on it, and then they purchase the t-shirt. They pick a color, whatever color that they like, and I kind of like that one. And then they add it to cart and they check out. And that creates residual income because I've got over 200 and some designs on Amazon. Shirts are selling all the time, and that creates residual income. I'm gonna give you a little secret, or not a secret. I'm sorry, more of a tip on how you can make even more money selling T-shirts on Amazon. Now, a lot of you are familiar, who live in my area, are familiar with that. A little while ago, the Martin Tower building was imploded, okay, because they're building whatever they're gonna build there. So, about a month and a half before that happened, I created a T-shirt with a design of the Martin Tower on it, and something very, very simple, and I uploaded it to Amazon. It did not cost me anything to do that, and I went and started pushing out the link to that within the Bethlehem Facebook groups. There was a group called, Martin Tower something. I posted the link in that group a couple times over the last month before the Martin Tower came down. And you know what? That month before Martin Tower came down, I had $750 in sales for those shirts. It didn't cost me a penny. It didn't cost me anything. I just made the design. I sent it up to Amazon. Amazon sells it, prints it, ships it, takes care of customer service. I did nothing. That's residual income. That's residual income. Okay? And I had $750 in sales during that month leading up to it with that one shirt. That didn't include my other T-shirts that I sell. That was just that one shirt. Okay? But I want to encourage you. A lot of people, what started the whole thing for me was network marketing. Network marketing allowed me to semi-retire early at the age of 45, which means I started to pull away from my 9-to-5 job from the family business and be home more. But you know what the biggest benefit is of all of this stuff? It's the time freedom. It's time freedom. That allows me to be home. Some people, I posted a little bit earlier today that what amount of positive cash flow would you need to retire early? And some people said, 10 grand a month. I think one guy said 15 to 20 grand a month. For everybody, it's different. For my neighbor, it could be $4,000 a month. Okay? You don't need $1 million in a 401k plan to retire. Okay? You need monthly cash flow. The cash flow is what can retire you. Okay? Now, if your bills are here and your cash flow is here, or even, you can retire. You've got enough cash flow coming in to pay your bills. Okay? My bills were here. My residual cash flow is here. Now, it's roughly right here. In the next, actually by the age of 50, which is going to be in 2.5 years from now, my cash flow is going to be here. Okay? That's my goal, is my bills are here, my cash flow is here, and that's when I'm going to fully retire 100% from the 9-to-5 job in the family business. My goal is by the age of 50. So, I know of a gentleman who had $500,000 in a 401k. Stock market was crashing, and it took him down to $100,000. That's why you can't rely on a 401k. Okay? Can't do it. You can't do it. Your money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, can be lost in an instant. Okay? I mean, of course I've got my 401k, but I don't rely on it. I'm never going to rely on it. I can't rely on it. It could be gone tomorrow. So the cash flow is what retires you early. The cash flow could even be from real estate. It doesn't have to be network marketing. It could be real estate. You've got X amount of properties, bringing in that cash flow that meets or exceeds what your bills are, gives you a little bit of cushion to put away in the savings for repairs or whatnot, and you essentially could retire from your 9-to-5 job. So, but people don't realize that. They don't understand how that works. When I've tried to show a lot of people some things like this, they just look at it and they scuff and they frown and they turn their head and they say it's a scam. Well, obviously, people that don't understand something are going to call it a scam. Okay. Now, my company that I'm with, Stream, that I've been with for 7 years, a lot of people say that the company is a scam. It's not a scam. Obviously, it's a $9 billion company. The people that are calling it a scam are uneducated about the industry. They don't understand it. And when you don't understand something, many people, instead of them listening to you to get a little bit of education, they just call it a scam. And a lot of those people that are usually the ones that are broke are the ones that are saying that. Broke Uncle Harry, broke Aunt Sally. Usually those are the type of people that are calling things like this a scam. And they're in the same place they were 5 years ago, and they're going to be in the same place that they are now in 5 years from now. They're not going to change. They're not going to change. I had an old friend of mine who I've known for 30 years tell me about a year ago when we were going through Facebook Messenger back and forth. He said, "Man, you've changed. You've changed. You're not the same person you used to be." And I responded and said, "You're damn right I changed. You have to change. You can't be the same person you were 30 years ago or 5 years ago or even a year ago. Hey, Sandy, you've got to adapt." Do you know why a lot of these stores in the malls are closing? Why a lot of these regular big chains are closing? Because they didn't adapt to the times. Amazon came here, took over, and these stores have not adapted to the times. So you either adapt or you die. So I will tell you, in the retail business, and our store is considered a retail business for the last 74 years, there's a saying: you are only 90 days away from closing your front doors and your business shutting down, no matter how big the business is. Because if people are not walking through your door and you're not selling them something, it'll take about 3 months before you run out of all of your reserves and you have to close up shop because you've got no revenue. So, network marketing for me allowed me to semi-retire 2 years ago and take your phone away from the fan. That's the fan on my computer. Can you hear that? I guess you can hear that. So, I didn't even realize that. Thanks, John. So, there's, you see that degree up there? That big degree right there that I got? I went to college. I went to Lehigh Valley Business School, and I got a associate's in 18 months for website design and technology. It was tolerable, no worries. Okay. And that's where I learned how to do Photoshop and things internet based. This was before Facebook and whatnot, and that right there is what has allowed me to learn how to use Photoshop and create the designs and graphics that I have been creating for 19 years now. 19 years. So if you want to learn a skill, learn Photoshop, because Photoshop can earn you an income in all different sorts of ways. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. I think I'm probably hit like half an hour on here, but you don't have to do, hey Jeff, you don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do network marketing. You can find something that creates a residual income and learn how to do it. When I first started with Stream, I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to do, first I got started, I jumped in, and then I learned as I went, and I ended up earning money. So, good video, man, son, good knowledge. Thanks, John. John, when I first started Amazon, 3-ish years ago, I had no idea what I was doing. I probably watched minimum 100 hours of training videos on YouTube before I even purchased my one product to send into Amazon. And because I did so much research, the products I was buying and sending in were selling quickly, making good profit, and that's what got me addicted to that. So, but that's it. I believe I'm over half an hour here, so I'm going to end this here. So, if anybody's interested in what I do, I don't want to push what I do, but if anybody has interest in what I do, since I hit the top 3% of my company stream, I now teach people how to do the same thing, and I create leaders within my team and help them earn residual income. You can always go to my website, residualhustler.com, to learn about that. If you want to learn about what I do with Amazon, you can go to my other website, amazondad.net, and learn on there about what I do. So, but if anybody has any questions or anything, reach out to me, leave a comment below. I just wanted to share some of my journey today and show people that it is possible at a young age to retire young. So that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.